Welcome to the 2014 Teacher of the Year, Mayor Mike Spanos Teacher of the Year Awards. We lucked out again with the weather, beautiful weather, and I welcome you all here today. Thank you for coming. I'm very, very proud to introduce to you our mayor, Mayor Mike Spanos.
Thank you, Kelly. Isn't this a beautiful park? It really is, and what a great place to be. It's part of historic Yonkers. We've invested a lot of money in this park, and it's just a beautiful jewel of Yonkers, and it should be utilized. And that's one of the things that we've been trying to do over the last couple of years, is to use this park more often, because it's certainly a type of place that just shouldn't be ignored. It shouldn't be just left on a table to be looked at. It should be something that we enjoy. So I wanted to just say that a Yonkers Public School student, as you know, will spend more than 10,000 hours with his or her teachers. And our students spend more time with teachers than most anyone else in their lifetime. That's why, in their educational years, I should say. That's why every one of us has a story about a great teacher, I know I do, who has helped us or has helped change the course of our lives. This year we received over 100 nominations from parents, students, administrators, and even other teachers. That's a testament to the 3,000 educators and support staff at the Yonkers Public Schools who go above and beyond the call of duty each and every day for our kids. And all the work they do inside and out of the classroom. We all know about that, because I have relatives who are teachers too. And all the hours that you all spend on and even off the clock, and all the resources that are expended. Oftentimes, many teachers have to go into their own pocket, and they do, buying supplies and other items for their students. Today, I'm honored to announce that our 2014 City of Yonkers Teachers of the Year are, and I'll ask them to stand, Benai Umrican. Benai. Yeah, the fan club here. Hey. Maria Hadala. And America Vasquez Santiago. Now, before we go any further, you can have a seat. I'm going to ask just a couple of people to come up and say a few words. I know that the board president is on his way here, so he'll speak when he arrives, but we have a fantastic superintendent of schools, someone who actually came out of retirement to be here to help us through some real tough times. And but it's somebody who's stepped in, who's doing a great job for us, and that's our Superintendent, Dr. Mike Uzzolo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've given this message a couple of times since I've been back, but it's worth saying over and over again. Everyone sitting here has a position in life, either in employment or as a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle. You are where you are today because you passed through an educational system. You encountered teachers, very special in our lives. If you took a moment and thought about a teacher who had an impact on you, who changed the course of your life, who made you think differently so that you could achieve what you wanted to achieve, every one of us can recall a teacher. I'm a big Yankee fan. But in life, it doesn't matter if the Yankees win or lose, but it does matter if a teacher shows up and gives their best to every child every day. There is no other opportunity our children have other than to have quality teachers in front of them. And today, you're meeting three of the best. I congratulate them, but mostly I thank them on behalf of the hundreds or thousands of children they have influenced and guided and provided nurturing and encouragement over the years. We all should salute teachers and thank teachers every day. Without them, we are nowhere. This country would be in big trouble. I also want to thank Mayor Mike Spano. He is an education mayor. A lot of people talk the game, but he is the real deal. He has the Schools of the Month program, where he encourages schools and principals and staff to do extraordinary things, and they do. He has the Teacher of the Year, and whenever I call him, as busy as he is, he picks up that phone and we discuss an issue that will impact our children and our teachers and staff. So, Mayor Mike Spano, thank you so much for being there all the time. And congratulations to our honorees. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent, and we're also joined here by the Minority Leader of the Yonkers City Council, also the Chair of the Yonkers Education Committee, and that's good friend Mike Sabatino. Thank you, Councilman. We also have, and I'd like to ask her to come up and say a few words. Since she doesn't know that, I'm going to ask her to say a few words, but I know Pat is never short for words. And but she represents our teachers here. She represents the teachers union, but she is somebody who I go to very often for advice. And somebody that whether we battle back and forth here and there, but she's somebody that I know that is a true friend. Not just to you and to the teachers, but she's a great friend to Yonkers, a great friend of mine, and somebody that I think has really helped advance the cause for us in turning our district around and doing some of the great things that we're doing. So I'd like to ask her to come up, say a few words. That's our president, or your president, Pat Paleo.
The truth is, I have not known a mayor to work so hard in really pushing our schools forward. I have, in his maybe 2 years, never seen a politician in the schools as much, never give out awards as much, never compliment as much. I know this sounds like a love fest, because it is true. On occasion, we will yell at each other a little more like brother and sister, perhaps. But I know that I can bring a problem and he will listen, and he will try and do what's best for the children of Yonkers, for the teachers, for the community of Yonkers. And we stand here, we are crediting the teachers, and they certainly, the 3 teachers here are wonderful examples, as are the people that make it possible, which is our city government. And it is a new sight, a new vision by a new mayor. And I would like to take a moment to say sincerely thank you for all that he has done, because this week I think I've seen him at 3 schools. I am not making that up. I have joined the new generation of using my iPhone to make my notes. So I share a quote that I think we all can appreciate. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. That was Rita Pearson. And I can only say a good teacher, a great teacher does just that. They do not give up. We want our children to be all that they can be because they need it to succeed. But we know that most teachers do it because they're driven, because they love their children, their students, and that's really why they do it. So I congratulate the 3 of them, and I am humbled to be in their company.
I'm going to start by announcing or bringing up Benay. Benay, is it Benay? Benay. Benay, sorry, Benay. Benay Omricken from Montessori School 31. Benay teaches 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade, and was nominated by 4 parents whose 6 children have been taught by Benay. Her nominators describe her as kind, compassionate, and dedicated. She's the type of teacher that likes to teach individually. So she doesn't just teach that whole class. Every student feels like she is paying attention to them and their needs and is helping nurture their educational experience. She is always approachable, not just by the students, but also by the parents. So I'd like to ask Emma Morello to come up to recognize Miss Omricken. Emma?
Thank you. Hello, my name is Emma Morello, and I am a 6th grade student at Montessori School 31. My My first through third grade teacher, Miss Summerkin, is an amazing teacher and it is an honor to introduce her today. Miss Summerkin is a lovely, caring, understanding teacher who is very dedicated to teaching and loves children. She is very neat and organized, which is one of the many things I love about her. She is very considerate and always sees the world in the best perspective. Miss Summerkin is a very optimistic teacher who is fun to be around and to talk to. Miss Summerkin is an amazing illustrator. I remember reading Magic Treehouse books for 3 years and I loved it. The books were so magical and really inspiring. Now that I think about it, also all the books had many lessons, and that one of the lessons was always to help others. One thing Ms. Summerkin did to help our community is dedicating her time to the children of Yonkers to teach and touch their lives. So many lives have been touched and mine tremendously. Now please welcome Ms. Naomi.
I'd like to begin by thanking Mayor Spano for creating this beautiful initiative. I was speaking with one of the parents at our school, Mrs. Tara Arrow, and I said, I think this is a little bit different. I think that this is really from the parents. And she said, oh yes, we made this happen. And she's right. You can't be a good teacher in a vacuum. You can't do it alone. And I start every morning praying for guidance, and I thank God every afternoon for bringing me through. And He has seen fit to surround me with greatness, from my husband, who enables me to get to work an hour early every day. Happy anniversary, sweetheart. To the students, and I see a lot of you here, past and present, who show up every day excited to learn and motivated. To the parents of those students who, when I asked this year if they could show up for both parent-teacher conferences, every single one of them showed up, and all I had to do was ask. I have such support from our administrator, Dr. Sharon Banks Williams, who is a doctor, has her PhD, but would not take the helm of Montessori School 31 without first going through her Montessori administrator training. To Winnie Anzinski, who is with me every day, my teacher's aide of 14 years, who I still learn from every single day. To the team that I teach with, they are not colleagues, we are a team. If something happens to us, they make sure that we are all supported. And when I hit an emergency earlier in this year, I received calls, texts, how can we help your students, what can we do? Because for them, it wasn't important enough that my students be taken care of. They wanted to make sure that they were taken care of well. And that even goes across schools to teachers like Jessica Quiros at the Montessori Academy, our sister school, who will exchange ideas across buildings, because teaching is not a cutthroat business. We are in the business of building. We're in the business of building each other up as teachers, building relationships with families, and helping to build a better future for our students. If you define success as being loved and respected most by the people who know you the best, then I don't think I could be any more successful anywhere but in Yonkers. I thank the good Lord for bringing me here to Yonkers, and I thank you all for recognizing what is truly a collaborative effort. Thank you very much.
Today, certainly Yonkers is a much better place because you're here teaching in our schools. Thank you so much. Before I bring up the next honoree, I'd like to ask the president of the Board of Education, a good friend of mine, somebody born and raised in Yonkers, educated by the Yonkers Public School System, and a true success story for all of us here. He and his entire family. That's Dr. Nader Sanch.
Thank you, Mayor Spano. Yonkers is truly a city of gracious living. And someone like myself, practically born and raised in Yonkers, can truly go back to my days in kindergarten and high school, and really, till this day, remember teachers that really did something very special to earn our respect and really our appreciation. And as an educator for many years, I can feel proud on behalf of the Board of Education to be a part of Mayor Spano's area of expertise, and that is to get people together to recognize success. And there's no greater profession that needs to be recognized and appreciation more than the teaching profession. And as a teacher myself in the past, and having gone to become a principal years ago, in my capacity as trustee, we value effective teaching. And I, as a trustee, of course, work with volunteers. We work with Mayor Spano and City Hall. We work with the superintendent, Dr. Iuzzolo. And really, it's a team effort, working with the Teachers Union, Pat Paleo, and really trying to make sure that we put forth our greatest effort on behalf of children, because each and every one of us need to always be reminded we're in the business of kids, and no matter what affiliations we may have or what duties or responsibilities, it's our affiliation with kids and making sure kids have every opportunity to learn. Now, congratulations on behalf of the Board of Education to the 3 teachers that are being honored today through the Office of the Mayor and the Board of Education. And Binay Umrichin from Montessori 31, congratulations. Maria Hadala from the Enrico Fermi School, congratulations. And America Vasquez Santiago from Gordon High School, congratulations. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to say you make us very proud of what you do each and every day. We wish you a long and successful career so that you can continue to impact our kids in the best way possible. And let me just mention how many outstanding teachers we have. I know Maria Hadala, who I've known for years, is here, but her sister Anna Casanova worked with me at School 13, and she's also deserving of that honor. So congratulations to all our teachers, best wishes. And what's better than being here at Untermeyer Park? This is a national landmark, and it's such a great opportunity to celebrate Yonkers history and Yonkers, our finest. Thank you.
This one is especially good for me because I know her for so long. Our middle school award goes to Maria Hadala. Maria is a phys ed teacher at the Enrico Fermi and was nominated by several of her colleagues. The word on Maria is that it doesn't matter that I shouldn't say that it doesn't matter. It matters, obviously, that she teaches phys ed, but she's not afraid to teach any other subject, and that she will work with her students on any subject that they need help in. And that's something that really tells me that she cares holistically about her students, and that she's going to do everything she possibly can to help them. And so I also want to throw something out there for those of you who like Halloween. You want to go to Maria's house? Because I've been going there, and you know what? She's had as many, and I'm sure you're laughing because I know most of you have gone there, 1,700, 2,000 kids, and she does that out of the goodness of her heart. That tells you a lot about her and about her ability to teach. It just transcends every aspect of her life. She's a good friend, and I want to invite Maria, I want to invite 2 of your colleagues up here, Joan and Rita, to recognize you on this award.
Good afternoon, Mayor Spano and friends from the Yonkers Public Schools. Our names are Joan Lennon and Rita Riemann. We are both teachers and colleagues of Ms. Hadala at Enrico Fermi School. We are delighted that our friend and mentor, Maria Hadala, is being awarded the 2014 City of Yonkers Teacher of the Year for the middle school. We are proud because she represents the Enrico Fermi School community, where she has been teaching physical education for 23 years. We know her as a strong advocate for healthy living and physical activity in children. Her students absolutely love going to Ms. Hadala's gym because they know they will have a great time learning the rules and playing soccer, kickball, basketball, bowling, and rollerblading, to name just a few. But her classes are not limited to playing games. Ms. Hadala incorporates many cross-curricular instructional activities into her lessons, such as teaching vocabulary related to different sports and illustrating how mathematics is extremely important in keeping score or knowing about measuring distances on a playing field. This she does as a natural-born teacher, not because she needs to follow a rigorous set of teaching standards. Common sense is her guide. But her work is not limited to the Fermi Gymnasium. Maria is deeply involved in many activities throughout the city of Yonkers. She has been the coach of the merged Yonkers varsity bowling team, which has made the sectionals many times over. This commitment has been Maria's pride and joy because she adores the students and they reciprocate those feelings. She truly cares about them as young adults who are nearing their passage into adult life. Whenever she returns from a bowling tournament, she can't wait to share how much fun her team members have had together, and the fact that they usually win is always at the end of the conversation. To Maria, it is not all about winning, it's the camaraderie the students share and the lifelong lessons they are learning, whether they realize it or not.
Maria has been a resident of Yonkers her entire life. She and her sister Mimi were raised here and have been together forever. Incidentally, Mimi is also a Yonkers public school teacher who will retire next week. Thanks for your service too, Ms. Casamassa. Not only have the two daughters dedicated their careers to the children of Yonkers, but their beloved dad, Nick Casamassa, served the community for many years on the Yonkers Fire Department, retiring as battalion chief in 1978. After that, for fun, he then became the first Yonkers school crossing guard, a position he held until he was in his 90s. The entire family has been proud public servants and an inspiration to others. They also know how to throw a party. Every holiday, every year, you will see their home on the hill decorated to the nines. Anyone with any ties to Yonkers know that on Halloween, you absolutely must visit for trick-or-treat at their house. Last year, they distributed 1,700 goodies to many of the Fermi students, young and old, mayor or not. Maria works really hard to share her home with her neighbors and friends, and judging by the attendance at her Halloween bash, she has succeeded. Be sure to drive by at Christmas time also. It's the North Pole, Yonkers style. Santa has been known to spend a little extra time at the Hadala house. Finally, we would be remiss if we didn't include Ms. Hadala's commitment to others in need of the greater Yonkers community. She has coordinated many fundraising events, but the most impressive one is the food drive for the Food Bank of Westchester. By encouraging the Fermi students and their families to contribute to needy people, Maria helped raise so many pounds of food that they had to send a truck to pick up the pallets of groceries. This is one of her many life lessons that go above and beyond the curriculum. Some of Maria's other random acts of kindness have been raising funds for the March of Dimes, again by Fermi students, the Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital, the Yonkers Federation of Teachers Book Drive, and the collection of toiletries for homeless people in Yonkers. So having spoken of all Ms. Hadala's contributions to our school and community, we couldn't be any happier to see her receive the Mayor's Award for Middle School Teacher of the Year. Thank you for this opportunity to speak on our dear friend's behalf.
I'll be brief.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Spano for selecting me for this wonderful award. It's an honor just to have been chosen one of the Teachers of the Year. I would also like to thank my colleagues at Enrico Fermi who took time from their busy schedules to nominate me. I love you guys. Thank you to my family and friends for the encouragement they have given me. They have always been there to support me over the years. I have been, and probably will be, the phys ed teacher at Fermi for the last 23 years. I have no intention of going anywhere. And I tried to stress the importance of teamwork, trying to get the children to realize the importance of teamwork, the importance that their goal is their benefit will benefit the whole group. As educators, we need to give the children the tools necessary to succeed in life. I've tried to create a climate whereby the children are motivated to succeed by doing their best. Throughout my teaching career, I've been fortunate to meet people who were talented and skilled in the field of education. They inspire me every day to find a new and innovative way to teach. I want to say how grateful I am to receive this award, especially knowing that every day I work with dedicated teachers and staff who are equally deserving, many of them who are here today. According to the dictionary, the word job is defined as something that requires great effort. Each day, the children show great enthusiasm coming to the class that it almost makes my job and day effortless. While recognition is a wonderful thing, knowing that you have helped students is the reward itself. A Teacher of the Year is not the best teacher around, but someone who is a symbol of the special, dedicated teachers who gladly spend their lives in the service of helping and teaching children. And on behalf of myself and my family, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. The high school award goes to America Vasquez Santiago. And she is from our very own Gorton High School, obviously. And America is a foreign language teacher and was nominated by Gorton principal Gail Joyner White. America is not only a fantastic teacher, from what I'm told, but she has the ripple effect, and that ripple effect that can actually be felt all across the city. For those of you who don't know, Yonkers has, I think, the greatest percentage of English language learners of any other community in all of New York, even greater than the Bronx. And you know the Bronx has a tremendous Hispanic community. And she reaches out to our large immigrant community through free literacy and ESL programs, which she has established. And she trains students to mentor other kids. And she does that at School 16 and at School 9. She works directly with a group of 19 seniors, and like I said, their parents, helping them to navigate the college application process. She just continues to give, and that's why she's being recognized today as Teacher of the Year. And I'm going to ask the principal, Gail Joyner White, to come up and to introduce our honoree.
Thank you. Well, now that I know what I'm doing for Halloween, to the Mayor Mike Spano, the Board President Dr. Nada Sage, the Superintendent Dr. Michael Yazzulo, distinguished guests, families, friends, and honorees, good afternoon. As you embark on this journey called life, you meet many people and a select few that are memorable or that make an impact on your life. Quite often, they do not even realize that they influence the lives of others because they are genuine and unassuming. America Vasquez Santiago completed high school in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay, this is going to be good. And then moved to New York to obtain her bachelor's degree from Brooklyn College and her master's degree from Fordham University. After she received her bachelor's degree, she dedicated 16 years to the fashion industry as a sales manager, working throughout the United States and India. Her career as a public school educator started in 1991 in New York City, where she taught Spanish at Bushwick High School. She also supervised the Peer Mediation Center and was the Dean of Students from 1992 to 1997. In September of 2001, she began working for the Yonkers Public School at Lincoln High School, but we lucked out. In 2004, she began teaching Spanish at Gorton. As an educator in the Yonkers Public Schools, she has been involved in many initiatives, including KidLink, Distance Language Project, the LOTE teaching students through their individual learning, adolescents and the groups in which they belong. Methods of help is a long list, and I'm not going to go through every one of them, but the last few that she's done recently is Scale Up, STEMtastic, and the Unity Club. Ms. Santiago remains committed to the students of the ELD Academy and the Academy of Medical Professions at Gorton High School. She stays after school to help our ELD students with their content area coursework. She believes that it is her mission to promote a positive learning environment both inside and outside of the classroom. Some of her community work includes the organization of an ESL program for the adult residents of Yonkers. This work was in conjunction with the Presbyterian Church. She is also a volunteer for the JCY Scholarship Committee. But her pride and joy is exemplified through her work with the National Honor Society's mentoring program with School 9 and School 16, where her students participate in the cross-age tutoring program. She is planting the desire in them, the need to give back to the community what was so freely given to them. There's a quote that states, "Character is determined by the way you live your life when no one is watching." Ms. Santiago is that teacher, a person that seeks no validation or recognition, because life is not about what you do, it is simply about the spirit and manner in which you do it. I have seen her over the past 4 years, and she exemplifies the qualities of a true educator. She's a woman of substance, a dedicated and committed professional, focused only on fulfilling her purpose in life. So today, we salute you for who you are and for what you have done. It is an absolute honor to introduce a person who I respect very much, one of the recipients of the Mayor's Teacher of the Year Award, Miss America Vasquez Santiago.
Good afternoon. What as a language teacher I will say to you buenas tardes. I'm very proud to be here today. I'm here because of my students. I'm here because they are my daily motivation. I believe that a community cannot move forward unless we are there for our kids. Our priority as an educator is not only what is going on in the classroom, but also what's going outside the classroom. Reaching out has always been my way of reaching my students. The lessons are not enough. The human relationship that you develop through a whole year with the child in the classroom and outside the classroom is really what opened the doors for them to be able to dream. And when I have my kids in my classroom and outside my classroom, I want them to be dreamers. The sky is the limit. And that's the philosophy that I walk in Gordon High School every single day. But that, I'm sorry, but I have to say thank you first to my students. In behalf of Gordon High School staff,
Thank you, Mayor.
for giving me the honor today. Thank you to the
Board members.
Thank you to Pat Poleo, who shared her filthy art room when I have a broken arm at Lincoln High School. We remember that. And it was my first year, and I was trying to get my tenure in here, and she said, "Kid, you cannot be in that classroom. Let's go. It's not clean, but we're gonna do it."
Thank you.
The little things is what really move off every single day. But I cannot leave this podium without saying thank you very much to my colleague, my mentor at Gordon High School. I love you, you know that. We've been through many programs, and we are the people who sit down there and figure it out. It has to be done. My philosophy in education is, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Thank you.
It's quite exciting because being in the gym, being a physical education teacher, it's not really recognized that much, and it just shows that some people are aware that we teach cross-curricular. We teach all different disciplines in the gym with math and spelling and reading, and it's nice to be honored.
I'm very emotional, and I thank my students because they are the motivation every single day. As a high school teacher, you have to open the doors for them, and that's what I've been doing for the last 23 years.
I think actually a surprising feeling that I got from this honor is ironically humility, because I saw what the other two teachers have done and the support that they have, and to be in their company is just amazing.